Morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's windy. It's especially windy here, but it's windy everywhere. But that is the extent of my complaints with today's weather. It's otherwise pretty gorgeous. Not quite totes gorgeous, but pretty gorgeous. And we're about to experience one of the many, many reasons why bikes are class. None of this Eastlink bullshit. Straight through the executive entrance to the mighty south side, home of Fenton and Tarquin and Clune. Well, today we're not going to the home of Fenton and Tarquin and Clune. We're going well beyond that. Off to even beyond the part of the south side that everyone goes to when it gets sunny for no explicable reason, which is Bray. To the bit beyond where people are kind of smug that they don't live in Bray. They get to enjoy their own little town on sunny days. Sort of like the Malahide of the south side. Everyone's in fucking Howth, making it impossible to get in and out, and people from Malahide are sitting there going, "Huh? Huh," they say. And so if you go to Bray and keep going, you eventually get to Greystones. And I had a comment on the channel saying, "Do Greystones." They didn't say it that enthusiastically, but they gave a specific place to go, which may have the breads of moist, as previously described. So we'll see how we do. Look at that, that's delicious. And so it's been a little while. How have you all been? Did you have a good season? Was your new year treating you? How are your resolutions doing? Oh, Blackrock. I used to work here. I used to work in a wee place down near the main street in Blackrock. And if you're from Blackrock, you might know the News Cafe, which I used to go to. And Jesus Christ, that place was bad for you. In the best possible way. They had square sausage that they just plopped out on a big plate and grilled for you and put in your sandwich. And they had a big club, which was a fiver, which was a lot of money back then. Jesus, it's 20 years ago. And fucking just an enormous club sandwich. Like, it filled a snack box sized box, and they just handed it to you, and you're like, that should not be allowed. Give it here. And that's what I remember about Blackrock. You know, very nice sandwiches, you know, otherwise full of cunts. Sorry, people from Blackrock. I'm sure some of you aren't cunts, but, you know, it is what it is. Namaste. Get to the video of fucking Greystones, will you? I enjoy things I remember. Alright, if you insist, Google Maps, or BMW Maps, or whatever the fuck you are. Maybe this will be a scenic route. Maybe. It is, isn't it? Very nice. Oh no. What's all this? Let's have a look at you. Oh, I'm a devil. Yes! One! Go! Yes! I'm actually the worst devil. Is this Delgany? Is this Delgany? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to get to... Oh yeah, no. Yeah, Delgany. There's a sign there saying, like, no poors through the village. You must be this wealthy to enter. Green light. Everything is coming up Millhouse today. Nothing can possibly go wrong now. And I'm told I have to go to somewhere called the Grey Cafe, or just the Grey, or some shit or other. I didn't look it up, I just went to Greystones. I'm going to give out in advance, maybe. I know it might be given out about nothing, but that's my favourite kind of giving out. But if you're suggesting places, please suggest somewhere where like I can park. Preferably somewhere I can park where I can smell my bike when I have while I'm having my wee coffee. Because this stuff on the main street, I know it's on the main street and all, and it's easy to find, but yeah, I'd rather be able to just rock the bike up and just sit on the bike while having my coffee. Like the one in Lusk wasn't too bad. I could just piss the bike there and there wasn't a bother. This is nice though. This is a nice area of places. I like this kind of style of, this was clearly like 20 years ago, this was clearly a village in the middle of nowhere. Well, maybe more than 20. But now it's basically part of whatever it is. Not part of Dublin because we're in the depths of Wicklow now, but it's nice. And it's got an Aldi, so you know it's good. Yeah. Thus far I'm digging Greystones, if this is Greystones, which I'm pretty sure we're getting to it. Getting to Grey, here we go. Greystones Rugby Club. A big box for rugby. Yeah, and I think that Aldi was technically in Greystones. So, oh, swimming pool and community centre. What the fuck? That is a big old swimming pool and community leisure gym. Fucking hell. Right, so people in Greystones love exercise, I'm going to assume. And cutting roundabouts, love cutting roundabouts. Well, this person in Greystones loves it. That person loves exercise. So, everything I'm assuming is checking out so far. And I think I've been to Greystones a couple of times. Mostly meeting people on bikes, actually, funny enough. I think I met a photo biker here once when we were going off doing bikes. But aside from that, I don't have much reason to go to Greystones. So this is a decent morning's diversion. The South Beach. More than one beach, apparently. Okay, we're nearly there. I mean, there's parking, I guess. But let's go past the place I'm looking for. Actually, no. My sat-nav is for Greystones. I just have to look for Grey Cafe. Or De Grey, or something or other. Clearly, I have done my research for this video. And people from Greystones that might be watching the video, they're probably going to start shouting any second because I'm going right past it. Somebody's kitchen. Maybe. This is looking likely now. Broken Shoals. The Burnaby. Fuck off. There we go. Cafe Grey. Right. How are we looking? I'm going to turn around and give this another go. Go in here. Oh, I'm not going in there. I'm going to do a little shimmy around. Right. Okay, Grey Cafe. Your ass is mine. Okay, can I get in here? Can I be obnoxiated? Yes. Oh yes, so obnoxious. Look at this. Oh, the obnoxiousest.
Recording.
Right. Well, that was pretty good. That was good stuff. Grey Cafe, or the Grey or some shit. I've been to it now and I didn't even bother to see what version of its name was correct. It was full up inside, no tables, so I sat outside, had my little coffee. No moist bread, probably for the best, but also a little disappointing. My sort of arbitrary menu item classification doesn't work out for this particular place, even though it seems quite nice. It looks like it has a decent cafe toasty sambo menu. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to escape Greystones now by going the way that I came in and not navigating and seeing what happens. Yeah, Greystones looks pretty nice. I think it has it has a seafront, I think. Let me see if I can find it. Super value, so you know it's kind of classy. A big fuck off Geno's, like in Howth. Maybe this place does get full of touristiness, because there's a Geno's in Howth and it's always completely Happy Pear. Is the Happy Pear from here, I think? Anyway. Good job, Greystones. Decent coffee in one place I went into. And just a real pleasant kind of a vibe to it. I may return at some point. Just for the sheer, unadulterated fuck of it. Right. And now I'm in maybe one of those weird sort of twilight zones of fancy gaffs that do be in the middle of villages sometimes. Maybe there's more of Greystones up here, or maybe it's already gone. Circle K. With an actual centre in it. Okay. Decent. Just checking out the old facilities here. Oh. Yeah, I could ride a bike. Anyone who spent a decent amount of time on the roads will know that even though both are shite, Circle K's machine coffee is better than Applegreen's by a fucking long way. I think Applegreen have done their Brayburn thing to try and improve things, but it didn't improve things. So, sorry Applegreen, still shite. Another Circle K. Huh. That's a little unusual. What's fancy about this Circle K? Obviously there must be something going on. That one had a Sentra, this one has a big fucking garage. This one's a big old NCT garage. And I didn't get spectacularly lost coming out of Greystones. That's the thing with being out in the sticks, is that it's generally a very obvious way in and out of the town. So, but this is nice country right outside. I'm going to see if I can avoid going back onto the motorway. See if we can make it to Bray from here. And thence onwards. Well, I have you two little bits of bike news. I used to be a lot more obsessive about, like, I got a sticker and put it on my bike. Here's the sticker installation video. But I got the BMW Navigator Cradle thing, which is there. It's, I think, their replacement for the Navigator 5 and Navigator 6. I bought a Navigator 5 years and years ago, and yeah, it's shown its age, definitely, and I was warned off the Navigator 6. And then, since then, what has happened is, like, sat-navs are a bit fucking old hat. Like, your phone is just as good, if not twice as good. So what BMW have done for this kind of generation of bikes, and I think it might work for all bikes, I'm not sure, is they've basically thrown in the towel. They won't say it like this, but this is what I reckon has happened. They've thrown in the towel on making a good sat-nav, and they've basically done an app for your phone and a cradle for your phone that just slots into the old school Navigator 5 cradle. And it's quite spendy. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably not worth the money. Like, you could definitely do it cheaper. There's cheap Chinesian ones that you can get for probably a tenth of the cost that charge your phone and do the diddle and all, but fuck it, I said I'd get having class things is nice, so I got the actual properly integrated thing. This thing is integrated with the rolly wheel, the magic wheel, or whatever they fucking call it, the wonder wheel, so I can zoom in and out from my handlebars here and go to recent destinations and the devil know. Bray, I'm gonna go to Bray. I'm not going to the fucking motorway, good luck. And Yeah, I haven't fucking investigated all of its little features or anything like that, but for having a wee sat nav up on your thing, it's quite decent. And it has the app itself. It collects a lot of information on your ride and how you're using your brakes and how you're using your throttle. It appears to hook into the ECU of the bike and just pull everything off of it. And I'm a big fucking data nerd, so I love being able to do that. I wonder, can you export it and do fucking crazy things with it? But it's the app. That's just the app itself. You don't need the cradle to do some of that stuff. Although the cradle lets you pull in proper telemetry from the bike, like, you know, throttle usage and brake usage. But if you just want to see like where did I ride and how fast did I go, you can replay all of your rides if the bike was connected to the phone at the time, which is pretty cool. And this thing charges your phone via the contactless charging if your phone does that. So pretty cool. It also means I'm not going along with like a big fucking empty cradle in front of me. That mightn't be a big deal for some, but I'm like, this should be doing something. It's real estate. So this is going to be the Navigator of choice going forward. I used to either have the Navigator 5, which is still getting map updates. So that's good. There's like lifetime-ish map updates, which you never know if that's like your lifetime or the lifetime of the thing, which we define as 10 years. Fuck you. But yeah, no, it's the Navigator 5 is probably retired. I managed to salvage it for the KTM. There's a previous video on how to bodge a spare BMW cradle onto other bikes, and so I ended up using it for a couple of trips just cause it's better to have it out and it's waterproof and the whole job and all. The one thing with this is that, yeah, my phone isn't waterproof, so if it was pissing down rain I'd have to stop, take the phone out of it. But yeah, decent. Other bit of bike news is it looks like this bike, 1250s GS and RT, are getting recalled. And the recall is for a gearbox input shaft snapping and locking your back wheel, which is not a good failure mode. I know I read two kind of reassuring things about the recall. One is that it happens if there's a huge difference between the engine revs and the relative speed of the gearbox, or speed of the bike and engine revs, something. Basically, if you try and engage the gearbox when there's a huge differential between how fast the gearbox is trying to go and how fast the bike is going. So what I take from that is you really want to be abusing the fuck out of the bike to break your input shaft, but the thing is, it's possible to do it. And it technically probably shouldn't be. So, and the other encouraging thing is it looks like it's a software fix, which I think is a positive thing because, as you know, love me a bit of technology. You know, love me a modern things. A lot of people are like, oh shit, you know, Big Brother is fucking controlling my revs. But no, I'm like, fucking control my revs. I don't know what I'm fucking doing. You know, I have a computer controlling, this bike is completely fly-by-wire, right? So I have a computer controlling my revs thousands of times a second. And that'll do nicely, please. If you can control my revs so that part of my bike doesn't snap off and lock my back wheel, that'll be fucking lovely, thanks. So it should be a quick software update. I haven't gotten contacted about the recall, but it's all over bike news if you follow bike news. Another circle. This two Circle K's literally within sight of each other. What the fuck is going on? The Circle K group just came in here and fucking absolutely laid down the fucking law with all the local petrol stations. Fuck me. That's 4 Circle K's since Greystones. What's this one? Regular old Circle K just on its own. And I guess I told the Porky earlier on, I am going to be taking you to the land of fucking Floon and Tarquin and Finton. Briefly. There's a Finton on his phone. Very important phone calls. There's an old Finton waiting at the lights. Couple of lady Fentons. There they are. There's the lads. Doodly doot. Oh, bikes. Bikes. Alright. That was our little trip to the illustrious south side. I'm just approaching the border crossing here and taking the fast track executive lane here. And that's where I'll leave you, I suspect. Have a good one. Be good. Be safe. And I shall talk to you soon. Good luck.